All right. What is up? We are live. Jump right into it. Gonna go with the paint scheme preview first. Got a couple of good ones here in this particular race. I'll post the link here down below if you want to follow along. But let's see here. Starting off with the number one Bush Light Camo Chevrolet of Ross Chastain. Got obviously the hunting camo there with the orange one. Good looking ride. Bush Light always bringing a good looking car to the racetrack. Number two of Austin Cindric is going to be the discount tire machine. We've seen this one before for a long time. A classic scheme. Tracker boats and ATVs on the number three for Austin Dillon. Always a good job from Bass Pro Shops, but also we've seen this one earlier in the year, but definitely a really good looking number three car there. Sunny D always brings it as well. Another sort of classic scheme, but you don't see it quite as often. So the number four Sunny D car there for Josh Berry, a really good looking car as always. Number five, HendrickCars.com. We know it. We see it every weekend for Kyle Larson, and it is always a good scheme. Of course, originally a throwback to Ricky Hendrick. Build Submarines number six for Brad Keselowski. Got the chrome green on the side number there with the black hood and a all white body. Gainbridge with their sort of becoming a classic scheme here on the seven, but Gainbridge on that number seven for Justin Haley and his Chevrolet and his second start for Spire Motorsports. We'll see how that battle goes out between him and Corey LaJoy. Corey LaJoy right now up 1-0, so we'll see if Justin Haley can get in front of him. Corey LaJoy is good at plate tracks, though. We'll get into all that later. Lucas Oil on the side of the number 8 for Kyle Busch. One of my favorite schemes here, very reminiscent. It does, because of that red swoop here, it does look a little bit like Kyle Larson's car. So the spotters are going to have a bit of a hard time, but definitely a really, really good looking car here for Kyle Busch and a good qualifying effort, which we'll get to in a minute. The sky blue and a little bit lighter than navy blue KBB Kelly Blue Book official guide here for Chase Elliott and his Chevrolet. And then in the Ford Mustang Dark Horse, number 10 is going to be Beefaroo for Noah Gregson. I think this is the second week in a row he's gotten Beefaroo on the car, maybe the second one in 2 out of 3 weeks. One rate fits all, 2-day shipping, flat rate, sport clips, haircuts, FedEx, Toyota Camry for Denny Hamlin. All white car here today for Hamlin. Some people at the track said that's one of their favorites. Pretty clean scheme. Menards with the yellow Pennzoil on the hood this week. Not the normal yellow Menards. This is a Pennzoil yellow. So Pennzoil kind of the main color sponsor, at least here for Ryan Blaney in the number 12 Ford Mustang. Strive with that mint green on the number 13 for AJ Allmendinger. Pretty sharp look. If you like green, pretty sharp looking car. I know green is a polarizing deal for some people. Arby's, they were on Carl Long's car for I think Josh Balicki a week ago. Or maybe 2 weeks ago, but this week they're going to be on the side of Cody Ware's number 15, a Ford Mustang Dark Horse for Rick Ware Racing. Number 16, WeatherTech for Shane Van Gisbergen. It was announced today WeatherTech will sponsor SVG in the 88 next season full time, and also Connor Zilic in the 88 in the Xfinity Series for Junior Motorsports via Trackhouse full time as well. Nexletol bempedoic acid tablets. I said that completely wrong, and I did it on purpose because, wow, that's a name right there. On the side of Chris Buescher's pink and blue, number 17. This sort of reminds me of one of those old Exide battery cars that Jeff Burton used to drive, except, of course, the number is in the wrong place, and the number is also 17 instead of 99. Number 19, Bass Pro Shops Tracker, ATVs, and Boats for Martin Truex Jr., his normal scheme. DeWalt, we've seen that one about a million times, but it is the normal DeWalt scheme this week for Christopher Bell. 21, Dex Imaging, Harrison Burton. 22, Shell Pennzoil. All these we've seen before. U.S. Air Force going to be on the side of the Bubba Wallace car here today with that primer gray and then the blue on the hood. Raptor is going to be on the side of William Byron's. We've kind of seen this one before, but they do change their scheme from year to year. So it'll be this year's Raptor scheme on the 24. Krykool going to be on Daniel Hemrick's Chevrolet. And it's getting to the point in the season where we've seen all these, right? So, but Krykool, always a really bright color scheme. So good job there from them. Michael McDowell, number 34, loves, always a good scheme. Georgia Peanuts, they're off and on the side of the 38, but they're back on the side of the 38 this week for Todd Gilliland. Good looking car. Got the peanut on the side of the car. The rest of the car is red. Good use of the extra space too. They got the Georgia Peanuts all the way almost touching the number, so that's what we were told the numbers were moved forward for. So Georgia Peanuts actually taking advantage of it. Shout out to them. And then we've got the Wonder Bread throwback to the Talladega Nights movie for Ryan Preece here in the 41. With the Ricky Bobby scheme there. 42 gear wrench, good looking gear wrench car for John Hunter Nemechek. First time I remember this season the gear wrench being on the side of the 42. So good looking car there. Dollar Tree with, I guess, a breast cancer awareness deal going on because it's an all pink car here for Eric Jones. The Nasty Beast is back, hard T. And this one looks better because you've got sort of the, it looks like a scaled skull, like a human skull with reptilian scales on it. So Nasty Beast on the side of Tyler Reddick's car here. Mixing in a little bit of orangish yellow with the green. Good looking car. Hard T. Nasty Beast from Monster. The old Nasty Beast is back. So we'll see if the Nasty Beast can improve his playoff performance here this weekend. 47 Palm Olive. Instantly Cuts Grease Ultra 47. All green car with a white roof and a white hood there for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. I like it. Some people might not like it. I like it. It's kind of like a throwback. I know green cars are bad luck or whatever, but it kind of reminds me of the 88 car back in the day for Darrell Waltrip, but just a little bit lighter green color. More of a Kelly green than that green they had on the Gatorade car. 48 Ally. We've seen this one from Alex Bowman. 51 Mighty Firebreaker on the side of Corey LaJoie's car. Got some flames on there. So if you like flames, you got that going on. And then you got a forest on the back of the car, and then the logo beside the number. Mostly midnight blue car, other than the graphics there on the side. So interesting car. I don't know if I like it or not, but it is definitely interesting. They tried something there. Number 54, Monster Energy car for Ty Gibbs. We've seen that one before. All black with the monster on the hood. That's Monster's go-to. 71, Focused Health for Zane Smith. Seen it before. 77, Delaware Life. Seen it before. And then we get here to the 99. Trackhouse brings some more heat to match the number 1 car. The Tootsie's Neon. All black car with a neon fuchsia. I'm going to go with fuchsia. Bright pink, whatever you want to call it. Neon fuchsia for Daniel Suarez here, and he's going to need to improve his playoff performance as well. But he's definitely got a good-looking car to get it turned around here. All right, let's go to the starting lineup. Michael McDowell going to be your pole sitter. Austin Cindric rolling off second. Todd Gilliland third. So 3 Fords in the top 3, and I'm just going to spoil it now. Probably going to pick a Ford to win this race. Kyle Busch rolling off 4th. Can he spoil the Ford campaign here? Then you got Ryan Blaney in 5th. So out of your first 6, actually, because Joey Logano is right below him in 6th. Out of your first 6 cars, only 1 is not a Ford, that being Kyle Busch in the Chevrolet. Austin Dillon here rolling off 7th. Then you got your first Toyota here in 8th place, Denny Hamlin. Harrison Burton in the number 21 rolling off 9th. Can he get 2 wins for the Wood Brothers? Can he get 101 as well? Of course, Harrison Burton does run good at plate tracks and then always seems to get caught up in other people's stuff. Daniel Hemrick, good qualifying effort from him in the 31 car. Crackle in the 10th place here. Chase Elliott 11th, Kyle Larson 12th, Brad Keselowski 13th, Tyler Reddick rolling off 14th in the Nasty Beast, and Ty Gibbs is going to be your top 15. 16 through 20 is going to be William Byron, Shane Van Gisbergen, Ryan Preece, Josh Berry, and then Chris Buescher. 21 through 25 going to be Christopher Bell, Noah Gragson, Alex Bowman, Martin Truex Jr., AJ Allmendinger, Bubba Wallace starting 26th. And then the rest of your field all the way to 40th. 40 cars in the field here. Ross Chastain, 27th. 28th for Corey LaJoie. John Hunter Nemechek, 29th. Eric Jones, 30th. Then you got Daniel Suarez, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Anthony Alfredo, Cody Ware, and Justin Haley to the 35th spot. And then 36 through 40 is going to be Chase Briscoe, Carson Hocevar, BJ McLeod, Zane Smith, JJ Yaley. Get loud for McLeod. All right, let's jump into the statistics for this one. If you go by average finish of drivers that have competed in at least 5 or 6 races, we do have some outliers here like Kaz Grala, who is in the race, who does have a 6th place finish here in his one attempt since 2021. So keep an eye on him if you're looking for one of the long shots there. Maybe you got a pick and pull with your buddies, or you're just looking for a fantasy plug in there. Don't sleep on Kaz Gralla. But the guys that have run the most races here, Ryan Blaney has the best average finish at 8.6 in his 7 races. Next is going to be William Byron at 11.6, 12.0 for Chase Elliott, 12.7 for BK Brad Keselowski. That is the poll question of those four. Who do you think's got the best chance of winning? Chase Briscoe is going to be next at 14.4. You don't really think about Chase Briscoe as being a restrictor plate or super speedway guy, but Chase Briscoe definitely good here, so don't sleep on him in the number 14. Eric Jones has your next best at 16.4, followed by Austin Cindric, Michael McDowell, Denny Hamlin, and Ryan Newman, who's not in this race, but he's tied for 17th with Hamlin there. All right, let's go to previous winners and see what we got here. 7 different winners in the last 7 races. Tyler Reddick, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski, and YRB, or Old Dirty Blaney, as he is now, since he is in fact 30. And like that guy said, once you're 30, you're no longer young. All right, let's go to top fives. Top fives are pretty close. Top tens are also pretty close. So we'll just do top tens because it's pretty much the same deal here. Top tens, 4 for Eric Jones. So if you're in the top 10 game and you need a fantasy plug-in, don't sleep on Eric Jones. William Byron, Ryan Blaney, and Brad Keselowski also have 4 top tens. 3 for Daniel Suarez, Todd Gilliland, Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick not in the race, Denny Hamlin, and Michael McDowell. And let's go to laps led, because that typically tells you at most tracks who's got the faster car. And no doubt about it here, Ryan Blaney at 121. Definitely a fast car here. Nobody else in the 100s, but 93 and 92 for Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin. So that's a pretty strong indication of who has fast cars. In the 70s is going to be Bubba Wallace and Eric Almirola not in the race. And then everybody else below them is 60 or less. So there you go. That is that. But 70, I guess 70s is good since the lap count here is lower. Let's go to average rating here via driveraverages.com. And if you go by average rating, Ryan Blaney is going to be your favorite. Chase Elliott, William Byron, and let's see here, Noah Gragson, but he's only got 4 races in. Don't sleep on Noah Gragson. Not necessarily in any of the statistics we just looked at, but they're rating him at an 84. So Talladega kind of a mixed bag. Bubba Wallace almost an identical rating to Noah Gragson. So everybody knows how good Bubba Wallace is, but they're rating Noah Gragson here. So there's your 2 sleepers right there. Noah Gragson and Bubba Wallace, I guess what I would have to go with is my sleeper. I like Ross Chastain. He's got a pretty high ranking number. Todd Gilliland as well. Good sleepers. But as far as your favorites go, I think it's going to be the 3 of William Byron, Chase Elliott, and Ryan Blaney. I'm going to go with Ryan Blaney as my favorite to win this race. And if I have to pick a sleeper, I'll go with Noah Gragson. I'll go with Noah Gragson as my sleeper pick here, or Ross Chastain. So there's my picks. Let's jump into the chat, see what you all want to talk about. Just would saying, hopefully today's race is not as insane as college football yesterday. Yeah, pretty wild. Vanderbilt goes and beats Alabama. So Larry Mack having a rough weekend. His shield take and then his Tide lose. Bruce Garvey is the Jets fan. They make me crazy each week. Yeah, the Jets, Jets, always inconsistent. It's never easy being a Jets fan. Says in between the lanes. Howdy from Canada. What's up, Robin Marks? What's up, Canada? Just got back from jogging. Have to shower. Go back. Go Ross. Go. Hope he wins every last race, or a non-playoff driver will win. It would be cool to see a bunch of non-playoff drivers win because I don't know. It's just NASCAR doesn't talk about anything but the playoffs. Like none of the other drivers exist. It does get kind of disrespectful to fans of the other drivers. In between the lanes, you're right. I've been one for 60 years. Bruce Garvey, I'm a Jets fan as well. What's up, BB and everyone? What's up, Crystal Sparkles? Dega and Niners, baby. Let's go. Yep. Hopefully the Niners can pull it off this weekend. And Dega always puts on a good show. Oh my God, I made a Sunday stream. Says Say Kyle. Say Kyle, fresh back from his nice cruise there that he took. So welcome back, my friend. Hope you're nice and relaxed and refreshed. Swan Dog saying, what up, y'all? Still digging out here in East Tennessee. You got to catch this Dega race. LOL, prayers to anyone affected. And please, if you're able, donate. They need it. KB has a hot rod today. That's for sure, Swan Dog. Indeed. Hopefully, everybody that's affected by that deal gets all the help they need. All politics aside, it's become like this political thing, and I really I don't want to touch on that. But I do hope everything goes as well as can go in a natural disaster situation. BB, what would be one of your favorite paint schemes? Oh, I didn't pick favorite. I'm going to go with the two Trackhouse cars. I like them a whole lot, and then I actually do like the two green cars in the field. The which one is which way? Which one is it? The 13? Where's the paint schemes at? 40, well, I know one of them's the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse. I do like that palm olive car. The gear wrench car looks pretty good too. Obviously, Wonder Bread, the throwback to Talladega Nights. A lot of people are going to like that one as well. What was that other car? Let's give proper shout out. Strive, the Strive number 13 of AJ Allmendinger. I knew he wasn't 16 because I knew SVG was driving that one. But yeah, the 13 Strive, I like that one as well. BB, what would be one of your? I just read that one. Sorry about that. BB Rich Eisen calling a Jets game. Hey, there you go. Rich Eisen. Obviously, I think he's a Jets man too. So probably a bucket list deal for him. BB, I'm calling. I know he's a Michigan man. BB, I'm calling a Kyle Busch win with Lucas Oil product scheme in Fontana 2023. Hey, there you go. He could get it done. They have a lot of speed. RCR has a lot of speed. I'm just leaning toward, I think it's going to be a Ford win. The Fords are always fast at these tracks, but you have so much attrition and so much can happen. You never know exactly what's going to happen. I missed last race after Helene relieved me of my dock and internet and electricity, but I'm back. What's up, Jamie Schweitzer? Glad you're back, my friend, and hope everything's getting as close to normal as it can be. Is that an 8 hat? USA number 1 says David E. Scott. It is indeed a number 8 Kyle Busch hat. I do think he has a good chance today, as well as Austin Dillon. I think those look to be the two fastest Chevrolets, and of course, you can never count out Hendrick from the Chevrolet camp. Either hey BB, who finishes last today? I'm going with either Baby Gibbs or Corey LaJoy. Says Jamie Schweitzer. So of those two options, I would probably say Baby Gibbs is going to be your better option to finish last. Corey LaJoy, even when he gets at wrecks at these tracks, he still finds a way to at least get like a top 13 or a top 10. He is really good at restrictor plate tracks. So let's, but we can go look at the numbers because I did forget to do that. Who's got the best chance of finishing last by the numbers here? Let's see. Greg Biffle not in the race. Algar, James Davison, Josh Berlicki, John Hunter Nemechek. So that's a solid pick right there statistically and just season-wide numbers. Let's go with John Hunter Nemechek and that really good-looking gear wrench paint scheme. So I'll go with the 42 to finish last here because it's by the numbers and we're just going off his full season. He likes to – he's been a wreck magnet is one way of putting it. Let's go, BB. Big day for the 22 and the Colts. Shout out Penske boys. What's up, Russell Dominguez? Good luck to your Colts today, and good luck to Team Penske. They do have a lot of speed. This is one of their better tracks, and no doubt about it, one of the better tracks, period, for Ford. I do expect a Ford to win, barring all the good Fords getting in a wreck like that one year when all the Fords basically wrecked each other. Like something like that happens, anything can happen after that. Hey, Jamie in the 51 finished ahead of the 7 last week. Yeah, for sure. Like I said, he's up 1-0 on the trade right now. So this will be Justin Haley's pretty good at super speedways too, though. BB Green is my favorite color. Says in between the lanes. BB Rich Eisen is a Jets fan. I thought I remembered that correctly. So there you go. Yeah, a lot of green cars in the field today. So good looking. Both of them are good looking. I'm kind of partial to green as well. I like neon green. Sort of grew up with that Grave Digger paint scheme. So green, bright greens and stuff like that. Always a big fan. Seattle Supersonics fan. As a kid growing up as well. So there is that. BB, let's see. Number 8, beautiful paint scheme today, says David E. Scott. Yeah, Lucas Oil is definitely one of the favorites for sure of Kyle Busch fans and just regular fans in general. It does look a little bit similar to the 5 car, but there's enough differentiation, and the 5 car always looks good too. So I think there's enough differentiation. But if I was a spotter, because it's a big track, if you're a spotter, I could easily see it. You could easily get mixed up if you look back and then look back forward. One of those situations. BJ will lead today. Somebody should have sponsored him. I hope he does lead some laps today, like he did the whatever. I think it was Daytona where he led some laps before he ran out of gas there. BB, you think we will see overtime today? If so, how many overtime attempts do you predict? Oh, that's a good question. We haven't had a whole lot of overtimes in the playoffs. But that being said, it is Talladega, so we'll see probably at least one. I'm guessing. Just a total guess. You never know at Dega. Hello, Bloneyberger. I hope you enjoy the race today. Who's your pick to win the race? And who's your dark horse? Says Matt Cross. Well, I'm going to go with Ryan Blaney to win the race, and I had a slew of dark horses because it's just one of those type of races. But I'm really thinking Noah Gragson would be one of my favorite dark horses. Also, possibly Ross Chastain. If you can even consider him a dark horse, the way he's been running here recently. But probably a more interesting dark horse out of that pick would be Noah Gragson because people don't really think about him as being sort of like a plate racer. Same thing with Chase Briscoe. So Chase Briscoe, I don't think a lot of people think about him as being a plate racer. So those would be the two dark horses that people probably aren't thinking about. I'm going to go with Noah in the 14. Let's see. Speaking of wreck magnet, I'm pretty sure since Jimmy Johnson went to Legacy, he's only run like 6 laps without damage across all of his races. That is a fair point. That is a fair point. Like statistically, if you went per race average, he might be right up there with JHN. A good day for Ice Cube was when the Lakers beat the Supersonics. Indeed. And I don't know if you guys have seen the video of the guy that broke it down to what exact day it was that Ice Cube had a good day. But there's a dude on the internet that broke it down to the exact day that Ice Cube had a good day. Never thought I would say this, but I'm rooting for KB today, says Bruce Garvey. Yeah, hopefully he can get the win today and extend the streak, but you never know. Crystal Sparkles sending prayers to everyone that has been affected by Helene. Indeed, and I second that as well because I've got a couple friends up there, and they one of them's really going through it. He had to at the very beginning of it, he had to like basically climb to the top of the mountain that he lives on to get cell phone signal just to let everybody know that he's okay. So he was having to run back and forth and do that without power. He did have a generator, so he was able to power it up that way. But could only use that sparingly for showers and emergency stuff like that. So hopefully everybody up there, and just the pictures that we've seen. I frequented Asheville quite often, visiting him and just hanging out. Asheville has been mollywopped, to say the least. So hopefully everything gets back to normal as soon as it can. It's going to be months and months. Also, I've got a bunch of friends that are first responders that are up there as well. So pray for them because it's not any easier being a first responder up there either. So yeah. I know I'm watching after the stream now. LOL says, "Say Kyle, that's all good, my man. I'm just glad you're watching. I'm glad you enjoyed your vacation as well. I have a feeling at least one car will fail post race inspection. Is that common for Talladega? As far as they do push it on ride heights, and that's what got the number one car in the Xfinity series. So yeah, you do usually see at least one car that gets really aggressive with the ride height, and just anything can happen in this race. And if anything gets tweaked a little bit, you're going to drop that ride height. So it is what it is. We Central Florida got another Category 3 coming on Wednesday. Yeah, Florida always and forever getting bombed by the old hurricanes there. So all my Florida friends as well. Hope you guys are doing okay for sure. Hopefully all your Publix are still open. The Publix flag is still waving for the Florida gang down there. Jenna Allison saying go Rowdy go with the 8 balls there. I think he's got a good chance today. Looks like he's got a fast car, so hopefully he can extend the streak today. I'm on the couch and I have my Dale car. Says Love you, Barkley. Hopefully the Dale car brings you good luck. Like I said, hopefully an RCR car can win, and Kyle Busch can extend the streak there. But if I'm looking at the numbers, and I'm not counting Kyle Busch out, I think he's got definitely a good chance to win. But just going by the numbers and what I'm looking at, it's looking like a Ford weekend. So that's why I made the pick of Blaney there. Pretty safe, conservative pick. And then the wild cards, I'm also going with Fords as well, other than Kyle Busch and Ross Chastain. But I don't think you can consider Chastain or Kyle Busch a wild card. But Noah Gragson and Chase Briscoe, his whole career is a wild card. I do think they are wild cards, Gragson and Briscoe there. Do you know who's driving the pace car today? I have not looked at the pace car driver today. I can definitely say that for sure. I didn't know it was anybody fancy. Bruce Garvey, I think he wanted to be a Jet. Says in between the lanes, go Seahawks. Says Jenna Allison and her buddy DK Metcalf. At least once a week, Jenna Allison. I see that video of they put somebody else's head on it, and it's usually used in a meme. But at least once a week, they show that video of DK Metcalf standing in the end zone, and then he chases down whoever intercepted the ball. So DK Metcalf, a once in a lifetime talent. Found it. Got the Ice Cube ready to go for post stream. Can confirm Publix and Awful House are both still open. Says say Kyle. Well, at least you got Publix. I do not like Waffle House, man. Waffle House sponsor me right now. I can't stand Waffle House. It's so just like you can. I don't know. So much salt. You can feel your heart stopping while you're eating it. Let's see. Give me Justin Haley, 9, 1 Friday, 8 yesterday. No offense to Butterbean. Butterbean, late model stock guy for Lee Pulliam. He loves Waffle House. I'm just not about it. I hate Waffle House. Let's see. Give me Justin Haley, 9, 1 Friday, 8 yesterday. It's the 7 for a weekend sweep. Could be. Could be. Could be. Yeah, Justin Haley would be a good, yeah, that would be a good wild card pick too, Cody Ledger. Good point there. Wasn't it cousin Carl last week driving the pace car? I saw the title for Eric Estep's video where he says cousin Carl is falling back love in NASCAR, and just the timing of it with the lawsuit, like just my, I don't know, conspiracy theory brain. I was like, NASCAR trotted out that statement to give NASCAR some positive PR in this deal. I don't know. I don't know why I think about things like that, but that's the first thing that popped into my head. I don't know. Conspiracy tinfoil hat. There you go. 100% tinfoil hat moment right there. DK Metcalf says, Gina, BB, what do you think Fords do the best staying together as a manufacturer today? Probably Ford and Toyota will do the best at sticking. Toyota because they have fewer numbers, and Ford just because they push better. The Chevrolets don't really get aggressive pushing, but it is a playoff race, so this might be different. But typically the playoff races we've seen before this, the Chevrolets typically don't push each other until the end of the race, so you never really know what they have. And this is also going to be highly strategic as to when they pit and things like that. So it could get very interesting in the last stage for sure. First stage, everybody's going to have the same strategy. Tony Stewart won as well in drag racing, says Gina. So yeah, there you go, Tony. I didn't know that. So there you go, Tony getting another drag racing win, driving for his wife there. So that's a good deal for them. Let's see. Yeah, looks like we've reached the end of the chat here. So let's see, Blaney at 40. The race does start at 2, so about 1 hour away from race time. Looks like 47% are going with Blaney of the options here. Keselowski getting second, then 15% with 26%, 15% for Chase Elliott, 12% for Byron. Let's go AJ in the 13, says Crystal. So she's got AJ Allmendinger as her guy. BB, the Iceberg, beat me in London. In comeback, came up short. So there you go. The Vikings got the Jets. Jets were not able to make the comeback. Sam Darnold, hopefully he put up good numbers because that is my fantasy quarterback after Tua got taken out. So hopefully Darnold is holding it down for us here. I think KFB will be in the top 10 today if he doesn't get a speeding penalty. Good point. I'm glad you brought that up, Jamie Schweitzer, because I meant to mention that pit road is going to be huge today, especially green flag pit stops if they happen. If you speed on pit road, it's game over. Or even if you speed during a caution, you don't want to have to work your way back through the field, even though it's easier here than other places. I hope there's no fuel saving. There's definitely going to be fuel saving, Lovey, unfortunately. Because of the way they break it up with stages, people do save fuel. It's part of the love-hate relationship. Some people love the stages, some people hate them. Relationship with stage racing. Have a great day, BB, says Jamie Schweitzer. 24 avoids the wrecks and gets the win. So, yeah, William Byron does have good numbers there. I did point him out, I think, in the statistics. So don't sleep on any of the Hendrick cars, all the Hendrick cars except for the 5 car. Unfortunately, the 5 car, if you're a 5 car fan, you know the deal with super speedways. Hopefully he gets a good finish and doesn't cost himself more points and puts himself in a bad situation. But you never the 5 car finds wrecks at super speedways. But other than that, the other Hendrick cars are pretty good bets here today for sure. William Byron and Alex Bowman has put up the most fantasy points, I want to say, since the playoffs have started of the playoff drivers. Praying for a rowdy win is Gina. All the Fords will wreck each other. Go Roscoe, says Robin Marks. Sorry, Darnold was mediocre today. My whole team's mediocre. Everybody's hurt. I had the Kansas City. I had the running back from the Chiefs, Pacheco, and I can't call his name, but I had the wide receiver for the Chiefs. Two of my higher picks, and both of them are unfortunately missing time. So yeah, my fantasy team's struggling. It's not probably not going to be my year this year. But but I'm not complaining. 3 out of 4, 3 out of the last 4 years, I won the championship in my league. So hey, you're gonna have a bad year from time to time. No complaints. This is just gonna be my bad year. Peace to you all, says Jenna Allison. Peace to you as well. I call Joey for the win. Big surprise, says Jamie Spicer. Hey, Joey's good here. This could definitely be a Joey win, no doubt about it. Denny Hamlin will be getting a penalty day for sure. Yeah, he likes to speed on pit road. Kyle Busch for the win. All right, so there we go. There we go, Gina. We got another one. Bumblebee going with Kyle Busch for the win as well. Jamie Schweitzer saying peace. Peace to you as well, Jamie. Who would you pick straight up? Larson in the 5 or Johnson in the 84? I would go with Kyle Larson because Kyle Larson does at least finish some of these races. Say Kyle. Sammy won yesterday, so hopefully the 8K that would be cool. So Sammy Smith with a great race yesterday won. I always like those TMC cars too. I pre-ordered one and they canceled it, and I was all bummed out about it. I like the TMC car, good looking car. I like the gold and the orange and the black. Anyway, side tangent. Close that circle. The 8 car won. So if an 8 car wins today, that would be an 8 car sweep. So that would be pretty cool for sure. There's the merch link from Bumblebee. Much appreciated. If you want to visit the merch store, buy a hat and you'll get a free T-shirt. Just put it in the cart and it will be free at checkout. 2345 in Denny's motorhome. Back to the R&D Center post race. Say Kyle, yeah. So the 23 and the 45 are probably, and the 11 are probably going to have a hard time getting through tech the rest of the season. Let's just call it like it is. NASCAR is petty, and that's just the way it's going to be. Call it NASCAR the king because they're petty. BB, we got to shout out Vanderbilt. Yeah, so Vanderbilt, I think I called it at the top. I was talking about Larry Mack had a bad week. But yeah, Vanderbilt beats Alabama. So there you go. Alabama going down. Alabama will probably still stay in the top 10 ranking wise just because it's Alabama, though. They're sort of like preseason Notre Dame. They can lose one and still stay in the top 10 for some reason. Say Kyle, what's up? Says B. I took the goalposts 2.5 miles to the river. Says Say Kyle. Hey, there you go. Vandy getting it done over there. What up, B? Says Say Kyle. Go Texans over the Bills. Sorry to upset the Jets fans. Says Bruce Garvey. Hey, Texans have a good quarterback. Good team overall too. So they're putting it together over there in Houston. Got to believe Vandy will be top 25. You would think you would have to put. They play in the SEC, and they beat Alabama. You would think that they would have to at least be in the top 25. I agree with that 100%. Go Bills, go, says Robin Marks. Yep, Bills have had a little bit. They've disappointed me a little bit, but I think the Bills do still have a good team. They definitely have a good quarterback. They're just going to need to play a little bit. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the Bills are going to have to play better on defense. Their defense is actually, I'm so used to the Bills having a good defense. Their defense has not been great. SEC shorts and SEC roll call. Same thing with Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's defense, I was surprised that they got carved up as bad as they got carved up against the Falcons. SEC shorts and SEC roll call should be funny this week. Indeed. Here's to a caution-free crashless race. LOL, says Bumblebee. That should have been a better poll question. Do you think one of the stages goes caution free? I do think we will have at least one stage that's boring and goes caution free. I'm going to call that now, but I could be completely wrong about that. I have been wrong in the past. All right. That looks like, what do you think about the lawsuit? I think they've got a good chance of winning it personally, just because I know I'm not a legal expert at all. I'm just saying they have a really good chance of winning it because of who the lawyer is, and he's won a bunch of similar cases like this in the past. So I think they've got a decent enough shot at winning this thing. But I don't know. And here's the deal: if you're 23-11 and you win it for the next like decade, at least once a year in the playoffs, one of the 23-11 cars is going to fail tech because that's just how petty NASCAR is. So it is what it is. Even if they win. There's still probably going to be some repercussions down the road, but I do think they've got at least a decent chance of winning just because of who the lawyer is. It'll probably be stage 2, says Bumblebee. Yeah, one of the stages will be tame for sure, I think, in my opinion. The 23, the 45, the 11, the 38, and the 30. Oh, yeah, can't leave out the 38 and the 34. All will fail inspection, says Lovey Barkley. I'm with you, B. Stage 2 will be green. After the 21 or 47 takes out some cars and stage 1. Thank you for your opinion, says Gina. No problem. There'll probably be a bunch of videos about that. I've got at least one that I'm going to make talking about Richard Childress basically coming out and supporting them. So look for that. That might be like a Tuesday. Maybe do a two Monday video or something like that. I don't think the lawsuit will go to court. NASCAR won't open the books. That's another thing. So there's different ways of winning. That's why I'm talking about the lawyer. NASCAR doesn't want discovery, so the next big battle is going to be can 2311 win the case? Because NASCAR is going to say it's a frivolous lawsuit, so you're going to have like sort of an open, like a I forget what they call it. Anyway, if NASCAR doesn't get it thrown out as a frivolous lawsuit, then that opens NASCAR up for discovery. And if NASCAR is open up for discovery, they will settle out of court because NASCAR doesn't want any of that stuff, any of their financials out in the public. 100%. Good point, Bruce Carvey. Like I said, I don't think it'll ever go to trial either. If especially because they're gonna win. Like they're gonna win the opportunity to go to trial. So then discovery will be had. And once discovery is had, the teams have a ton of leverage. Bill's Texan game is on CBS. Says in between the lanes. Uh, Prayers to everyone out there. Thank you, BB. Thank you, Crystal. Blaney, bias chat, LOL, says 14 next gen. Hey, Blaney's pretty good there. Go MJ, says Gina. So yeah, MJ definitely. And that's the other thing. MJ's got, this is the first time we've had an owner with the resources that wants to stand up to NASCAR. So NASCAR can't just outspend him. So that's another reason that they've got a really good chance of winning. I agree. NASCAR will settle and rework the deal before discovery ever happens. 100%. I'm glad everybody's on board with that. Like the whole thing's controversial, but I'm glad a lot of people are seeing it kind of the way I'm seeing it as well. Have a great day. BB says, Bruce Garvey, you have a great day as well. BB rocks. Thank you, Gina. And thank everyone for hanging in. Final poll question, 51% Blaney. So Blaney wins by a landslide here. Those were just the four best on average finished, but everybody going with Blaney here today. So I don't know. We're picking him, so we're probably going to jinx him. So hopefully we don't jinx him. So I don't even want to put that out there. But hopefully Blaney can have a good race today. Hopefully all of your drivers can have a good race today. And after the race, we'll do this again. So until then, good luck. Peace. Good luck to your football teams as well.